your identity, a team's identity, like I said, isn't just from the players. It's from the head coaches. It's from the GMs. It's from higher management. It's just from the culture of the team. For as long as I've known, outside of the AFC Championship, the Ravens have had the same identity since their birth. Who else? The Dolphins have had pretty much a high octane identity for a minute. The Lions identity all season has been all or nothing, smash mouth, risk it for the biscuit. Let's say that. Let's say that they've gone in with the risk it for the biscuit. It's a running joke at this point that Dan Campbell has never seen a fourth down that he doesn't like. Because that's the reputation that he's built this season. He is a all or nothing coach. And the team has developed that mindset. In a lot of instances, it works. Hell, a lot of the instances of it working is what got the Detroit Lions to their first NFC championship since, the 50s, I think. So I'm not here saying that what Dan Campbell is doing is right or wrong. I'm not here saying that. Obviously, there's a lot of right because there's only two teams to make it to the NFC Championship, and his team was one of them. This is the same team that a couple years ago, maybe just 2 seasons ago, I believe, was 3-13. So something's going on that works. But the risk for the mindset of risk it for the biscuit is when those risks don't pay off. And there are times that when those risks don't pay off, it could lose you games. Now, risking it can obviously get you to where it needs to get you. All or nothing mindset. You win, and you win big. But it can also lose you games. And one thing that it can do, that we talk about a lot on this podcast and that you talk about a lot in sports, is it can drastically change momentum if you do get it or if you don't get it. The Detroit Lions, they were the feel-good story of this NFL season. Again, we talk about the long lineage or the long history of disappointment for the franchise, for the organization, and the fact that just look at their playoff run. You go against the Detroit Lions goes against their former quarterback for years in Matthew Stafford. You go against him at home. Matthew Stafford and the team that he left you for to go win a Super Bowl and ultimately won. You play against them. And you beat the team, the guy that has all his name in damn near every offensive record and his name attached to almost every team positive offensive record that you've ever accumulated. You dethrone him. And then you go and you play the team that nobody expected to be here in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So you play the quote-unquote Cinderella team. You get them out of here. And you have one of the best historical offensive games from a total offensive perspective we've ever seen. And then you go against the number 1 seed in your first divisional championship or conference championship in decades. Now, the whole risk it for the biscuit mindset was front and center in this game. The Detroit Lions built up a 24-7 lead. Now, the thing that I understand about football and the thing that you have to understand about sports is, and we've seen multiple occasions of this, momentum swings. And when momentum is swung, momentum is a glorious thing to obtain. It is a glorious thing to obtain because it's damn near a cheat code. Because of how devastating and how tough it is when you A, lose it, and when you B, have to go against it. The Detroit Lions had all the momentum from the first and second quarter. And I think it's smart, and it has to be. I'm not saying he doesn't have one, but it's smart to have a level-headed voice on your team and a level-headed voice on your roster. Now, that's no disrespect to Dan Campbell. That's no disrespect to Ben Johnson, who report did come out and say he is not going to take the head coaching job for Seattle or Washington. He's going to stay with Detroit. Shouts out to you. That's major. But you have to have a level-headed person in your organization, because when you have a risk it for the biscuit quarterback or a risk it for the biscuit coach, there are times when that should not be fathomable. Like, yo, we have to do it. No, time out. We have to talk about this ad nauseum. Because what you're thinking about is, I know it's grand and I know it's important, but that may not be the smartest thing to do. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.